A Mighty network can be used to provide freebies, online webinars, free mini courses, and other content to the general public, as well as to house areas of the network that are reserved and only for members of the network. This video will help you learn how to structure a network with this strategy. I'm Marcia Chadley, here to help you be successful with the Mighty Networks platform. The tips and techniques that I'm going to present in this video use the new Spaces release that came out in December of 2022. A Mighty network is like a building with different rooms called spaces. Each space is configured to provide information and engagement to create rooms for content, community, and online learning. When someone enters the front door of the network, this door here at the top, they'll see doors to each of the spaces inside. The access to each of the doors, the inside doors, and this outer door is controlled separately. The doors can be public, private, secret, or paid. You could think of a public door like the door into a supermarket. It's wide open, anybody can go in and out. A door with private access is more like a door to a house or an apartment where you need to knock on the door and be allowed in, or the door's open and you're invited in. A secret door is one that you can't even see unless someone tells you it's there and invites you in, or you're already a member of that space. And a paid door means that you're providing payment in exchange for coming in. It might be money, it might be a crypto token. The front door for a Mighty network is the landing page. Here's the landing page for my network, which is a public network, the type of network that you're going to use to offer free content to the public as well as non-public content. On a public network landing page, you'll notice two buttons, a join and an explore button. If you click the join, or if you sign in up here, you'll be logged into the network as a member. But if you'd like to just look around without actually joining the network, click the explore button. We're looking at the contents of a public network without being logged in as a member. This is what's visible and accessible to anyone. A key feature of a public Mighty network is the read-only access it provides without having to join the network. Public areas of a public network are also searchable by search engines. Let's look at what can be done without logging in, and then we'll look at also some actions that require joining or being logged in to do. The rooms of the network, the different spaces, are organized in the navigation bar using collections. They're uppercase here in this network. And hosts can control the visibility, the organization, and the naming of all these features. In this network, I've set up the community center to be a place that's like my social media posting, blog post type of interaction with people. It's free and publicly visible. You can click in here, anyone, we're still exploring, we haven't joined. We can look at the different posts. Someone can open a post, read it. If they're looking at a post that has a video like this one, they can even start the video and play it without having to join the network. They can still be getting a sense of what I provide here. If someone wants to comment on one of the articles, they click in this comment box. They're going to be prompted to join or to sign in if they already have an account. They'll need to provide their email address, create their free account, and then they'll be able to comment. That helps limit spam and trolls. We're going to talk a little bit more about dealing with spam in a public network later in the video. The other thing this does is it's a lot like when you comment on a blog post. You're going to need to give them your name and your email address, and then you can comment. This is a free network, free public network. Public networks are always free, so there's no charge to this membership. One way to bring people into the public areas of your public network is to copy the URL for one of these articles in the free area, share that in an email or a social media post, and anyone who has access to this URL will pop right into this area of your network and see the information that you want to share with them. Free mini courses are a great type of free offering in a Mighty network. Here's one of my free mini courses. It's set up as a free paid course so that when people access it, they're requested to join or to sign into the account if they already have one, And in that way, they're exchanging their email address for access to this course. You can read more about what the course is here, and then they decide if they'd like to join. You can again copy this URL and use that to share on social media or an email to bring people right into this page. Free live challenges and free webinars are other types of free content that you can put in your public network. The Happier New Members mini course was originally a free 5-day live challenge. We're still looking at a public network from the view of someone who has not joined it or logged into it. They're just exploring. They can look at some of the public areas. They can click on collection labels like this Mighty Networks collection right here and see all the different spaces inside of it. Some of these are gated spaces, spaces that the public can't get into. They'd have to purchase them. If it's this is the one we just looked at that they can purchase for free. These two down here have a charge for them. There's a preview set up. They can look at what's inside, get a little bit more information. They look at more details. They're going to get to the plan page that's been set up with your description of what they can purchase and be able to make that purchase. If they want to buy anything, again, they're going to have to join or sign into the network. So these are some of the non-public areas in this particular network. This network has more free public areas than it does non-public areas, but the mix is up to you. You might want to offer only 1 or 2 freebies and have most of your network set aside for non-public member areas. Those areas might be paid like we've just looked at, but they could also be private, secret, or token gated using some kind of token from a crypto wallet to provide access into the space. Private spaces would require someone to request permission to get in or for your invitation, and secret spaces would mean you'd need to invite people to bring them in. We haven't talked about what's up here at the top of the navigation bar. There are 4 optional choices here: a discovery page to help people look around the network, a listing of all the events that someone can access, a members page, and a listing of all the activity feed that they can see. That's what you're seeing here with the personal feed. That's the only global feature that's turned on. The important thing to note is that the network membership page is not turned on. I recommend turning it off in a public network so that member information is not being displayed to people who are just in exploring the network, or even to those that log in and join and are accessing the free areas. One of the realities of a public network is that anyone can join it, including spammers. It's not a huge problem, but it is something to consider. As you set up the public areas in your public network, you'll want to limit what a spammer can do before you find them and ban them from your network. When they join, they'll set up a profile. That means they might add a picture, they can add a description and use links in there. If you haven't set up any auto-join spaces that have activity feeds where they can post, about the only thing they'll be able to do, if they can do that, is to add a comment. That keeps them from doing any damage before you see them and remove them. You'll want to watch new member profiles, look for names and text and other things that show you that this isn't a real person, and then just ban them from the network. On an average day, I probably ban 2 or 3 people from this network. On a really good day, there's nobody, and occasionally there might be 7 or more spammers that I need to remove. It's all very doable, just something that you need to know about and handle. Structuring a public Mighty network with both public areas and non-public areas allows you to provide free, easily accessible content and engagement for the public, as well as community content and learning that you can charge for or otherwise restrict access to. For more Mighty Network tips and techniques, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Chadley Creative Consulting, or join my free network CLC neighborhood. I also offer private sessions to help hosts with their unique network situations.